welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is going to be a reading for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising positions for the week of November 15 to the 21st. Okay, let's dive in here and see what messages and major themes we have for Scorpio as they move through their week. Keeping in mind that there is a partial lunar eclipse on the 19th, where there'll be a reading for that too. So keep your eyes open for a collective reading. Okay, so we got 3 cards that sort of slipped out very, very elegantly. We see Don't Let Pride Get in Your Way. Full moon in Leo. New moon, a start is coming. A new start is coming, pardon me. And you are good enough. Interesting. So you've got 1 new moon, 2 full moons. And what's on the bottom of the deck? New moon in Pisces, meditate and contemplate. Interesting. Okay, Scorpio. So that really says to me that as you are moving into a new beginning, it's going to be important to not let your pride get in the way, to make sure that your your inner dialogue is reinforcing the idea that you are good enough. And that anytime you need to, you can, look at that, take time to breathe out by meditate and contemplate. Interesting. So pointing to some self-care. Behind that, I see that the answers are coming. Very interesting. And that maybe bringing love into a situation is going to really assist you. Really interesting messages here for Scorpio, guiding you towards really taking care of yourself here through doing some self-care around breathwork, meditation, doing some introspection. And as you do that introspection, to make sure you're not letting your pride get in the way, and that you're not punishing yourself by saying mean things about yourself to yourself, reminding you that you are good enough, and that no matter what it is that you look at in your past as you get ready for this new start, that it's really important to not let your pride get in the way, but also to not be too hard on yourself, to always remember that it's all about learning. So even if you review a situation in your mind and you don't like what you see, always remember you are good enough regardless, and that it's learning. It's all about learning. But I feel like you are starting something new on the heels of healing something old. That is my feeling for you right now, Scorpio, is that, yeah, you are on the road to something new, but that new start is coming on the heels of healing something from the past, and you're doing sort of an introspective review of the past to see what you can learn from your experience. Okay, so for Scorpio, what is the presenting situation right now and the obstacle to that situation? Thank you. That's still on the floor. Hang on. There we go. Okay, this deck is a little bit big for my hands. Okay, thank you. Let me get the one that fell. Hang on. Okay, so the one that fell on the floor is the Tower. So something is coming in to illuminate a big truth for you. It's something coming in. It is a new start, right? This is your new start coming in, and it's going to be one that you need to sort of surrender to, Scorpio. Whenever I see the Tower card, it always makes me get a little excited about the life change that's coming, because it will be one that will serve you, but it might take the form of sort of clearing out things that you didn't expect. So certain things have got to go here. And I feel like some of those things are going to involve your perceptions about yourself, your beliefs about yourself. I see the Two of Pentacles as one of your obstacles, and also the Strength card. So I feel like some mental conflict or some belief you hold about yourself, about who you are, is not in balance with you feeling strong. It's not in balance with you feeling empowered. And I think that's why you're getting this message of you are good enough. Because I think as you review things, as you go through this contemplation process to sort of heal the past so that you can start this new cycle, I feel like you keep coming up against stuff that sort of robs you of your confidence. I think it's because I don't know, I'm sort of getting the feeling like maybe you're being too critical of yourself as you look back, instead of say understanding and having compassion for yourself, and maybe really remembering what that scenario was like. Because, we behave very smart as humans. There's always an explanation for the triggers, right? There's always an explanation for why we had the reaction we had. Why did we have the response we had? And as I say that, I look on the bottom of the deck and I see the the King of Swords and the Moon card. So that tells me that there was a good reason. The King of Swords is very strategic. The King of Swords only shifts mentally to adapt to new situations. Sometimes he needs to withdraw to figure it out, but he always comes back with an energy that shifts strategically, intellectually, able to flip the script, change the mindset. And I feel like you're doing that, but it's almost like there's more to it. You've got to sort of dive deep. When I see this Moon card, that makes me think of Pisces energy, but also this idea that it's not as it appears. Even to you, Scorpio, it's not as it appears. You are good enough. And by letting your pride get in the way, or your judgments or your criticisms of yourself, you're sort of blocking your ability to be mentally able to shift your perspective, your beliefs about yourself, your perceptions that you hold, the things that you tell yourself are true. And maybe some of them involve you being too proud to admit something to yourself. I feel like this is all between you and you right now. This is an exercise that Scorpio is doing between themselves to reconcile something from the past. And I feel like this is all happening in divine timing because you're about to start something new. You're about to start something new. So it's sort of like, well, let's not take those old patterns with us. Let's not take those old outdated perceptions of ourselves with us, and let's just move forward with a blank slate, sort of just believing that we are good enough and that we can be confident in ourselves. I feel like you're criticizing yourself, or you're being too hard on yourself. You're judging yourself and you're not remembering your why. You're not remembering the why. You had a good reason, Scorpio. You had a good reason. And even if that reason's not relevant today, I see the Two of Wands on the bottom. It's like and then the Justice card. Yeah, you're trying to bring balance to a past experience. You're trying to bring balance to a past experience and understand why you made the choices you did. You're trying to understand the motivation. You're trying to understand yourself. And this is a very worthy thing to do. But I feel like as you do it, make sure the scales are in balance. Don't be too hard on yourself, right? Weigh things out to understand the wisdom, but not to cast judgment, right? Because when you do that, immediately sort of things shift. I feel like you are in pursuit here of emotional contentment. You're moving into a new start. Maybe you've started a new family. Maybe you've started a new relationship. Maybe you're starting something brand new and you just don't want to carry the past into it. You want to heal the past before you move into the future. And you're starting something new. So I wonder for who's listening, what that new thing will be. Feel free to leave it in the comments below if this resonates. Now, what is the self-limiting belief surrounding? What is this self-limiting belief surrounding Scorpio about themselves? Where did it originate? Where did it come from? Two of Swords. It's opposing mental ideas about yourself. On one hand, like we see, don't let your pride get in the way, which suggests that you have some confidence in yourself. And then also this message of you are good enough, which suggests that you forget that sometimes. So it's like you're at odds with yourself in your mind, which is, I think, why we keep seeing the King of Swords, which is an encouragement for you to sort of remember that you can shift mentally, and that you're able to sort of change and transform, Scorpio. The card that represents you in the tarot deck is the Death card because of its transformative energy. Sudden transformations is what Scorpio is all about. And the sun is still in Scorpio. So happy birthday, Scorpio, if you're listening. The sun leaves Scorpio on the 22nd, and on the 23rd it enters into Sagittarius. So I feel like in this week, you're wrapping things up when it comes to a cycle. And to do that wrap up, you've gone into some introspection to understand sort of the hidden meaning behind why you did what you did. why you reacted the way you reacted, why you responded the way you responded, because it's unknown to you. It's like you're understanding your own triggers here. Yes, you're understanding your own triggers here. You're understanding your own blind spots. You're understanding the things about yourself that motivate you, right? You got the Two of Pentacles, the Two of Swords, and the Two of Wands. So you're really trying to understand how you move through life. You're wanting to understand your motives, you want to understand your beliefs, and you want to understand who you are. Wow, that's a tall order, Scorpio, but I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. Okay, so where will this take Scorpio? What is this new start that's beginning? Where will this take Scorpio? The Lovers, hello. You are starting maybe a new romantic chapter of your life, maybe with the partner you're with, maybe it's going to become more intimate and deeper, and you're going to release that fear of being vulnerable. Or maybe you're single and you're watching this and you've been searching for an intimacy that works for you, but you know before you can enter into this space of true emotional connection that's vulnerable, open, authentic, unconditional, that there's some healing that needs to happen. So that's very interesting, Scorpio. You're entering into a new dimension of emotion and intimacy. Okay, and that could be with a partner, that could be you with yourself even, you know, like if you're listening to this and you're like, well, I don't really want a partner, you might be getting one with this 10 of Cups and the Lovers here. Your healing yourself might bring in a new romantic chapter. That might be the new start that's coming in for you here, Scorpio. How exciting. But, you know, if you're listening to this and you're like, no, I'm with someone and we're really happy and everything's fine, then I would say that relationship is about to get deeper, you know, that you're about to get deeper into yourself, which will get deeper into the intimacy with this partner. Or you're calling in a Gemini, you know, that's the other thing, is that you're going to bring in a Gemini energy here that's going to balance you and create harmony, but after you've done the healing. This is so interesting. Okay. What does Scorpio fear about this situation? Let's see here. Knight of Cups and Ace of Cups. Well, you fear the emergence of a new dimension of emotion. You fear it. And maybe you fear it right now because you know there's some inner wounds that need healing around vulnerability, around intimacy, around being vulnerable and authentic and open, and not feeling this idea that your pride gets in the way, or that you're not enough to be with someone, or vulnerable or open. I feel like you're entering into a new dimension of your relationship, your intimacy, your ability to connect with others is shifting, and something is coming in to shift that. And we see the Tower card here, and I feel like something in your life is changing so that it will catalyze and initiate this new start for you. Let's see what's on the bottom of the deck. The Six of Cups. Yeah, you've got to heal something from the past. You're doing it. You're working on it. You know, the messages I'm getting here is that you're trying to understand yourself on a deeper level, Scorpio. And I feel like just standing up and applauding you, because that's not easy work. And that's not something that everyone is like, oh yeah, I'm totally going to do that. You know, sometimes we're asleep to these things, but I feel like you're not asleep to it. I feel like you're like, things are about to change in my life and I need to do this inner work now. And I think you're right. Six of Cups on the bottom. There's something from the past that needs to go. And it has to do, I think, with how you perceive yourself around a certain situation from the past. You're questioning, again, you're questioning your motives, Two of Wands. You're questioning your sense of yourself in your mind, Two of Swords, like what you think about yourself and how you make decisions. And then Two of Pentacles, you're really wondering, well, who am I then? You're trying to understand who you are. And I love that you received this message that always remember you are good enough at the bottom line here. Make that your bottom line as you do this meditation and contemplation, which is, I think, how you're accessing the healing, is between you and you on an introspective level. Wow. Really, really clear messages for you, Scorpio. Okay, let us see if we can get some guiding messages here from the Angel Oracle. Let's see, what do the angels want to say to Scorpio? They are with you right now, and they are saying, let's see, okay, blessings and abundance await you. This is, and on the bottom of the deck, we see strength and guidance. So I feel like, yeah, oh, and surrender, come on, right? These are all messages of really letting it go, letting yourself be free to be strong and to be guided. This strength and guidance card reminds me of this strength card. So it's sort of a message of don't let your confidence in yourself be, wavered here at all. And when I see all of these cards, I just keep thinking that you're changing. And you're aware of it, but you're not aware of some questions to do with yourself. And I feel like by pursuing this self-wisdom, you're really stepping into a phase that's going to be full of blessings and abundance, as we see with the Ten of Cups, as we see with the Lovers, and as we see with this new emerging Ace of Cups, very auspicious. And this Knight of Cups, something is coming in here for you, and it's in response, I think, to the healing that you're doing. The healing that you're doing is bringing in a lot of new starts around intimacy and self-love, and which makes sense, because when your beliefs about yourself shift to I am good enough, and you start to focus on the abundance and blessings in your life, that's how we start to see changes in our external world. Now, to close this beautiful reading out for Scorpio, what are the frequencies that would most support Scorpio as they move through their week? Again, bearing in mind that lunar eclipse, partial lunar eclipse on the 19th. Okay, we have one message. Anything else? 2 messages, 3 messages. Okay, I'm going to take that flippy too. Okay, so 4 messages of supporting frequencies. Let's have a look. Oh boy, yeah, there is some romanzo coming for you. Look at this. You can make a really nice sentence here. Hang on, let me show you all these. Oh wait, let me flip this. Sorry, I want to arrange them into a sentence for you. Okay, here we go. So the first card you got is allowance. And then tantric journey, divine feminine integration. So to me, what that says is by integrating the divine feminine, you will be allowing yourself to go on a tantric journey. Holy moly, Scorpio, what is going on? So the integration card says, integration supports the embrace of every aspect of ourselves. You are good enough. Every aspect of ourselves. Allowing what we perceive as positive and what we perceive as negative to harmonize into a balanced symphony of life. No judgment, no evaluation, just saying, this is me and I'm good enough. I want to understand myself and I want to bring things into balance. Very beautiful. Integrating the self, sort of taking all those fragmented bits from the past and bringing them all together with that divine feminine energy, which supports our receptivity, our nurturing, our soft side, allowing us to express itself openly and helping us to connect to the intrinsic understanding of our connection to all creation. So you're creating this integration. You're creating it by being nurturing and by being receptive to openness and creativity when you do this introspection, right? To me, this is the idea that you're not evaluating or judging. You're just observing. You're just observing to understand, right? And allowance here helps us to be open to whatever comes our way. Again, without judgment or evaluation, just allowing things. You did receive that surrender card, which is the ultimate form of allowance, isn't it? Without fear and without resistance, without opinion, without judgment. That's what I've been saying this whole reading, is that you're doing this investigation and you're being reminded to not let your pride get in the way and that you're good enough, because there may be a temptation here to have too much judgment, opinion, resistance, or fear. And when we allow, the universe becomes our partner exactly in the wondrous dance of existence and expansion, which is what I was saying about manifestation, is that when we allow things, we can see the shift happen in the external world. But first, the internal world must change. The lens must change. The allowance must be there, right? Now, the Tantric Journey card, I don't get this card very often when I read for people. It says the frequency of Tantric Journey helps us to unlock the hidden knowledge. Hang on. I don't want you to forget these messages. The hidden knowledge, right? And wisdom that we intrinsically hold about how to reach a state of wholeness. How to reach a state of wholeness and completion through our sensual experiences with ourselves and with another. Oh my goodness. So Scorpio, we've just added another layer. Perhaps the experiences that you're reviewing from the past are your romantic ones. You're reviewing the times of your life where you have been vulnerable with a partner and you're trying to understand the hidden wisdom that you hold within. That's why I was saying this is about you discovering you. There are things you don't understand about yourself and you want to discover them. And I feel like it's all about maybe a past relationship, several past relationships, maybe a pattern you've observed in your relationships. And you're trying to unlock that hidden knowledge and wisdom so that you can understand things before you move forward. And I feel attract your new partner or the next level of depth and intimacy with your current partner. This is fascinating. Wow, Scorpio, I can't wait to see how this all works out. Very interesting. I'm going to leave it at that for you. If this has resonated and you would like a personal reading, you can find my email in the description below. And as always, thank you so much for liking, subscribing, and watching. And we'll see you again very soon for another reading. Sending you lots of love and light, my friends.